Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Philip here with Big Stony Homestead. We are in the process of going through one of our beehives that a bear attacked here last week. We're going to go through, check everything out. We're going to add some syrup to it. It's a little late in the summer, but they was decimated pretty heavy. We get up here, we will show more. I'm still not a fan of going into the hives without my bee suit on. Eventually it may change. I'm not a big fan of stingers. Alright guys, right now here's our apiary. We're up to 6 hives. This is first year. We started off with these 2 hives, and slowly we caught the first swarm, which was a very large swarm here. Then we moved and caught a second swarm. Caught the third swarm, and then this was a split that we had done off one of the original 2 that was not far from swarming. The hive on the left is the one we're going to work on today. It had a bear get into it last week. My electric was down for a couple days while we rerouted new electrical lines, and he come straight through. Here's his path. He come through. You can see where he boogered the line up. I'll post pictures. He had a large area where he laid. He ate all the frames of honey, the frames of larvae, everything. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to go into this hive. I put it back together the day after the bear attacked it. I went through, I actually found the queen. This was a double deep. The bear destroyed the first box, destroyed all the frames in the first box and about half the frames in the bottom box. Luckily the queen was still in the box, so we added some frames of brood from one of the stronger hives. I'm gonna go in today and add some syrup. They had almost no honey stores. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull some frames, go through, inspect, kind of see how they are, verify that my queen is still laying, everything's still queen right on her. Try not to roll any bees in the process. I am showing there's some larvae. I'm gonna be slower at this. Again, this is our first year, so locating queens, just double checking, seeing if anything looks wrong. One thing that I found out for newer beekeepers, when you do your inspection, if you can have the sun going over your back shoulder, it'll shine down in the cells better and easier to see the eggs. When the queen first lays the eggs, they're very small. Alright, I do see eggs. So that means her queen is still laying. I mean, she's laid within the past few days. Still like to see if I can locate her for y'all. They do have some honey stored here, so I'm glad to see that. It does mean they're not starving. I will still add syrup to try to bump up their numbers before winter. I'm going to attempt to run double deeps on the brood boxes. Everybody's got their different opinions on what should be ran. Mediums, deeps, single deep, 3 mediums. This is what we're going to try this year. See how it works, see how the bees survive the winter. They're drawing out this frame nicely. I put in some frames of brood. I added back some fresh frames for them to get started on, as their others were decimated by the bear. Everything seems to be filling out well. Okay guys, I lost a little bit of footage. For some reason the camera only recorded for 20 minutes and cut off. But anyway, I finished checking the frames, located the queen. She's all right, still laying. I went in, I added the box back to the top here. I added a top feeder. Filled these up with syrup water. The slats float on top, allows the bees to come in, drink. They don't drown. They can go back down. They do have a bad tendency of trying to build a comb right in the center, so I have to keep it cleaned off. But it helps prevent robbing. I've not really had a problem in the bee yard as of yet, but everything's a learning experience. Get the lid back on, buttoned up, some weight back on top. We'll call this one good. This is what's left of the bear getting a hold of the frames. I had wax wire foundation in some. He just busted the whole frames apart. Others, have plastic foundations in them. I took the foundations, I could reuse them. They even managed to break the entire box. So we left it out here, let the bees clean up what's left of the wax. We'll get these, salvage what we can, and the rest may frame it up as a learning experience not to leave electricity off for even one day. Alright, let's take a ride back. We'll call that good for now. I'll go into the rest of the hives later. Here's our chicken coop. Lap siding made by boards from the sawmill from the poplar trees off of the property. We just got the framing of it finished. We got the chickens in it. Still need to go through and paint and stain so we can protect it.